Church planting was something I hadn't really come across before, and then sort of started reading stuff about it, and I ended up going to Spurgeon's College 2 days a week on a church planting and evangelism course, because when I came across it I felt this is the most is the best form of evangelism that I've ever come across. And during that time, God spoke to me through the story of David and Solomon, to the effect of, you're not going to be the one to build my temple, but the Son who will come from your body will be the one to build the temple. So I was disappointed that we hadn't planted a church. I don't think maybe it was ever in Bruce's mind to do so, but it was such a strong thing for me. And then a few years on, our son and daughter-in-law came to us and said, we're going to plant a church in Cardiff, and we'd very much like you to be part of the team coming, if it's God's best for you.
As you can tell, my mum is a deeply passionate woman and deeply passionate about church planting. I can still remember that moment of being at the national leaders and that sense of call when they talked about the map with the different areas where there are Vineyard churches, and the burden to go to Wales and feeling that so strongly. And we had a conversation with my parents about whether they were to be a part of that. And when they said yes, we knew that we had some prayer warriors coming with us.
The first time we came here, it poured with rain the whole weekend. And we went on a bus tour, and there was a bit of a break in the clouds, and sat on the top of the bus. And as I sat there were people going in front of the bus, just walking around, and I was just reminded about the Welsh revival and what God had done through that, and just sensed him saying, there are still people who need me here. And of course I cried the whole way round on the bus, and I suppose that was the seal of, yes, we have to come.
Saying yes to God is such an incredible step of obedience, isn't it? And we get these invitations from the Lord all of the time. And I've seen that in my parents' life. I've seen that in church planters as they step into the kingdom call. But behind that all of the time is prayer.
But I just knew I had to pray. There was no other way it was going to happen. Revival became a really important thing. I was drawn again to a verse in 2 Chronicles, which I knew beforehand, but it struck a resonance with me. If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and seek my face, then I will hear from heaven and heal their land. And it was just on a different level, really, because I thought, oh, this isn't anybody else's task, but God's people. And if we will do that, then the promise is that we'll heal our land, and our land needs healing.
Much of what I've learnt about prayer, I've learnt from my parents, and in particular my mum. I know that there's this beating heart for revival, to see God's kingdom come, the prayer warriors who are around our nation.
It's really important to pray, and hopefully for other people to catch the vision of that, to pray together, because there's something so special about praying together. Because often I find I don't have the words, but I've been encouraged by the fact that sighs too deep for words are okay, and it isn't about the words, is it? It's seeking his face. I think it's really important that Vineyard leaders know that they are being prayed for. I think sometimes it's a hard road, and to know that there are a group of people who are bringing them to God on a regular basis is really, really important. I suppose my hope is for revival, that we will see God's kingdom come.